There is nothing, anything new in Andhra Pradesh, nothing. And Modi is giving hand holding to Andhra. 5 years Jagan Mohan Reddy destroyed the state. That's why now Modi is giving hand holding to Chandrababu.
Okay, so this is hand holding being done.
Yes.
But the question is that why is that kind of hand holding not being done with other states as well? The DMK MP, Mr. Nehru, the question is that the BJP government has released some details on what is being done for your state, for Tamil Nadu, vis-a-vis the railways. So they claim that there has been largely equitable distribution of resources and projects.
So I think what the railway statement that has been released today is basically cherry picking of facts, right? What we are not against any resource allocation to the most improvised region of the country. But what we are emphasizing very clearly is to ensure that distribution happens according to the state's strengths, and different states have different strengths. So, for example, in Tamil Nadu, beyond the strength and what the government of the day has to maintain is the social contract. The people voted you to maintain the social harmony. But the government, for example, when it's most needed, in times of national calamities or when the nation needs that assurance, the center hasn't been forthcoming with anything at all. Forget about getting 0.5% more or 0.5% less. The Thoothukudi rains, for example, it's one of the largest rainfall in the last 100 years. But the calamity fund falls within the ambit of the central government. So all that we are saying is, it's not about equitable distribution, and equitable has different meanings, right? Some people are more equitable than the others because of the resource allocation and strength, and you can't, for example, starve Maharashtra out of the financial center. That's their strength. And you can't starve Tamil Nadu out of its industrial might. That is their strength. All that we are asking is, we are asking funds that will help our state grow better and at the same time strengthen the nation. Because whatever funds they are giving to strengthen the state is actually going to come back to them. Because Tamil Nadu as such is actually a net contributor to the national growth.
But Mr. Nehru, the finance minister says that the criticism is more of politics. It's political in nature rather than being borne out by the facts. So what are the facts? I mean, your chief minister has also written a very short of an angry letter to the prime minister. But factually speaking, has the state actually been discriminated? That's the point.
So I'll just tell you one example, sir. Not taking much time here. The Metro Rail project that was approved 3 years ago, right at the time when DMK came to power, right, an approved project, a project approved under the finance ministry, hasn't still been released for 3 years. So are you saying that the people voted for BJP only use the metro? Are you being discriminating from the very beginning? I don't think it's fair on that part of the government to say that they're being discriminated politically. Politics, I mean, where does development?
No.
They are saying that they are getting their
difference.
due, but Mr. Nehru's point is this, that you get your due, but he should also get his due.
Already they developed. We are underdeveloped.
They are saying that, you are developed, you have reached a certain stage.
I'll tell you this, that the development also comes at a cost of the exchequer. It doesn't happen overnight. Although I have empathy towards Andhra and I want my brothers and sisters across the country to have equal opportunity and equal access, geography is very different, right? So with Anna's logic, saying that we are given a chance, give a chance, but not at the cost of development of Tamil Nadu is what I'm saying, right? And at what cost? At absolutely human development indices cost, right? Even without central government support, all of our human development indices are still very high. Absolutely no support from the central government, right? When we pay our fair share of taxes, we only get back 29 paisa, right? Even then, we agree, right? We contribute to the national growth. All that we are saying is, be fair. I'm not asking all the money to Tamil Nadu, right? Tamil Nadu is highly industrious. It can manage a lot of affairs on its own. But when it goes beyond a certain stage and it comes from the ambit of the central government, just don't play, ally politics. That's all we are saying. Because whatever growth happens in Tamil Nadu is actually part of India and is going to help India better. What Tamil Nadu asks is to not punish progress by incentivizing states that are not meeting certain standards. Same set. We are not against allocation of my brothers and sisters across the country. And what we are saying is, there's just being an unfair allocation. Polavaram is important.
Give an example. Give an example of an unfair allocation.
So let's put this, right?
Yeah.
What does the budget say? It says it's highly progressive and important schemes, right?
Yeah.
And they talk about self-sustaining all the time. It's sustainable in agriculture on its own,
Yeah.
right? There are three very important areas where the allocation is actually reduced by a significant percent: food, fertilizer, and education. Without these three, none of the governments can actually function. So what is the message they're trying to say is like, you take care of those three problems, we take care of all the fancy problems. So the budget is kind of misplaced its priorities for the nation. At the same time, having emphasis on certain projects is important for national security. We are not against that, right? Go do a good budget is all that we are saying. And we are not criticizing allocation to different states. None of our opposition leaders have specified Andhra or Bihar, for that matter, any other place, saying that you have given more funds there, why not us? The ask from all of the opposition rule parties is, why hasn't there be a fair allocation? And all of the statements being put out in the media by the government doesn't answer that question at all. It's just skirting that very issue of saying, why not the states that are actually being very progressive? I'll tell you another point also. If it is national
Let me also
highways-
ask you one question. Your chief minister also said that in protest, I am not coming to your Niti Aayog governing council meet. I am boycotting that.
Correct.
So this, Mr. Nehru, my question is a bigger question. I wish I could have asked that question to Mr. Stalin also. The point is that, this boycott versus boycott. You allege one kind of boycott. In turn, the chief minister says, I am boycotting you. In the end, do you think it will lead to a resolution? Because eventually we need a resolution, right? We need to look forward.
The boycott is very specifically this. The budget forms the foundation of Niti Aayog, allocating resources to various states. If the budget itself was unfair, then how does a meeting after that become, treat any fairness to any of the other states that are being opposing? And the regular process of meetings will go on irrespective of all the opposition and growing. But I think the Honorable Chief Minister is in a very clear situation to put across the people's opinion. And what he did by boycotting is saying people haven't accepted this budget, and that's the message he's trying to send across. He's not saying that I will not work with any other center or any other program. He's just very clear that the people's opinion have been completely against the budget, and he's just pushing that idea to the center.
The negotiations are always
Yes.
the best.
So
way
one last
forward.
point, sir.
Yes, please.
This
As
Niti-
always, the last word to the opposition.
Thank you. The Niti Aayog meeting doesn't happen in individual or in a separate process, right? It happens with a series of meeting before and series of meeting after. So I think this one is to send the message across. But we will also believe in cooperation, because overall, we contribute more towards the nation's strength.
Okay, so the message is cooperative federalism. That's what opposition and the government, the BJP, also believes in. So thank you so much for your time here, Mr. Kesineni, Arun Nehru and CM Ramesh. With that, it's a wrap from Nikunj and me. We'll be seeing you with another special episode on NDTV.
Thank you.